Oh, we shouted for the Lone Stars banner. Good afternoon to you. This is the State of the Nation. The sun is self-explanatory. Liberia is on the rising. And I don't know who is serving as an obstacle to the forward march of this glorious land of liberty. Shall long be ours. Good afternoon to you. This is State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1. Your humble servant is Christopher Koluba Siafa Seli. Madeline is off today. She tells me she's not well. So I'm going to be here alone, and it promises, as usual, to be great. All of you people, trust me, and I'm not going to let you down. I have never, ever on this platform, and I promise not to let you down. Too many things to talk about. Too many things to talk about. Good afternoon, everywhere. To all of you who are in tune to this broadcast. Promise you, as usual, we live by the journalist creed. That I'll tell anyone what I will not say as a gentleman. But we've always said that this is a platform where we speak truth to power, irrespective of who you are. And I've stood by that. And I will continue to stand. All right. Before we go into anyone, of course, we got corporate entities driving the wheels of our industry. I'd like to remember them. One of them is Orange Liberia.
Hey, Tanu, what happened to you so? Julie, I need to pay McDonald's coffee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday, I finish and get one cent.
But there are no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
Look, I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me alone.
Yeah, I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about EcoBank money emergency number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then be open way 9 o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tanu. All you have to do is to dial star 326 hash and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dalame, you mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I think so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make it happen sharp for any money emergency. Just dial star 326 hash to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan African Bank.
Whoa! I said, my son Teddy Rap Kanye, you not pay your LEC bill? Yeah, Mama Labra, I just buy my current. You sure how you buy it? Because money, I see you moving for years, sir. But I have to move my home before I buy current. I use orange money right on my phone to pay my LEC bill. Oh, so you can use orange money now to pay your LEC bill? I will not leave your transfer until you show me the code right here. My Oma, the Tina, if you're using a USD account, just that star 144 star 141 hash. Or when you're using your ARD account, that star 144 star 231 hash. Or better say, you can use the Orange Money app and pay your LEC bill right when you're selling there. And the beauty is, with Orange Money, you can buy an LEC token with no service charge. I said, my son Terry, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to tell all my friends in the market that we can use our money to pay our LEC bill. Thank you so much.
My people, your hello. Now your Orange Money girl Amanda, I bring your good news from Orange Money. With your Orange Money account, you can pay your DSTV bill at any time from anywhere with no extra service charge. With Orange Money, the thing are free. All you need to do is dial star 144 star 163 hash, or better still, use the Orange Money app to make the thing easy, because I know you not want to miss on that exciting TV show and that interesting for working. What do we nah. Orange Money.
Okay, so welcome back. This edition of the program State of the Nation. You know, I got some things to talk about, to think about, and I just needed a private moment for myself to recover from some upset. I just need exclusively to recover. And sometimes you have to create rooms for the unforeseen. But your inability to solve or find solution for some of those moments is what makes you now behind time. So today, I decided to leave driving. I decided to be alone for straight 3 hours. Uninterruptedly, I went into solitude in a comunicado. I by myself to reflect. Guess where I went? I was at the Villa de Jean, in the Painesville area, opposite sorry, I got distracted. Opposite Barber Way. Just down the road, passing by Senator McGill's house. There's a maroon complex, architecturally engineered as if no one has ever had a resting place like that. The services are excellent. And in 30 minutes time, I decided to sign off, come to do what I love to do best. I've come. Are you looking? Are you in my condition? Are you in my condition where you have nowhere to look? Go to Villa de Jean, VILLADE and JEAN, Jean. It is a fresh start for refreshment and relaxation. So I'm revived. Just call me up, I will lead you there. Quiet, noiseless, concentrative, and the best you think you can. Those are the areas where you want to read your book, where you can go and sit all day long and you refresh yourself. Estato, Villa de Jean, opposite Barber Way, down the pavement, the concrete pavement, passing by Senator McGill's home in that part of Painesville. Good afternoon to you. We're reaching to a point, and I am sorry that I have to announce this thing. We are reaching to a point where, Bobby, okay, we are reaching to a point where we have to cut it off. We've taken more participants in the upcoming agriculture symposium. More people are signing up than expected. The latest, yesterday we were at 55, sorry. Today, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. We got allotment for 50, and we are at 63. The latest registrants include Jefferson Tolley. Jefferson produces rice and vegetable since 1980. Caroline, one of the few females, Caroline Gode, of Harper City, but currently in Monrovia. She produces pepper and collard greens. Next, James Johnson. As a matter of fact, James Johnson brought me fresh pepper and fresh corn to demonstrate that he's up for the symposium. Fresh pepper. Man, fresh! I said fresh. And corn. Just plucked out from the parent tree. Got it now in my office. James Johnson. He produces corn and pepper, potatoes, sweet potato, and bitter balls. Next, Emmanuel Jaliba. Emmanuel Jaliba is in Tinker Village, produces cassava and KVC. What is KVC? Well, he has the opportunity to tell us what is KVC. UJF or E. Williams. Sorry if I mispronounce the name. I don't see the writing very well. Cassava and sugarcane. Myself, I am a sugarcane farmer. I am a prospective cocoa producer. I am the owner of several livestock, chickens, pigs, goats, and cow. They all made up. In fact, one great moment that I have on my farm is when I go and see my one set of crocodiles. One set of crocodiles. They're getting so big, and I've decided to put some security measures because when they are hungry, of course, you can go to ride. It is a natural reserve of these animals. I'm producing manure, chicken, cow, and pig. I just talked to James. James is willing to move on the farm to produce vegetables. All those who will sit and say and just complain. So sugarcane farmer, welcome. Matilda Gapia is another female. She produces corn and cassava. Let me tell you what Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo told former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf when Ellen was the president. We're going to Togba. We went to Togba, and President Obasanjo told Madam President he was tired importing chicken feed from Cote d'Ivoire, which at the time, that was in 2014, which cost him a little over $1.2 million a year. And then he went on to say, Madam President, can you tell your people in Bombay and Grand Cape Mount counties, all counties adjacent, to produce corn? We will provide fertilizers so we can buy it from them. After the time President Salif left, that did not materialize. But the people in the vicinity sat and complained. In fact, those who were working at the chicken pottery, they were reporting death every night. When the management comes to town, overnight, they will report in the morning, they will report 4 to 5 deaths of chickens. Management will tell them you can have it, go and enjoy yourself. But it was prevalent. So the management took a fallback. Say, okay, today, oh, you are reporting 8 deaths, right? Okay, today we're going to have a befitting burial for these chickens, these layers or brothers. Those of us who in a chicken farming business, the one you raise for eating is broilers for meat. The one you raise for laying eggs, they are layers. So since these broilers are dead, amongst some of them are layers, we will give them befitting burial. Go and bring the shovel, dig the grave, we place them there, and we all will give them befitting burial from that day. And the instruction was, if there are any more deaths, we all will participate in the burial. From that day, the chickens are safe on the Obasanjo farm. Man, I'm telling you about the Liberian man. I'm telling you about ourselves. I'm telling you how the Liberian man sees himself or herself and sees how far they see this country to go. So, Martella, welcome. Martin Small. Martin Small, you're there. ELWA. You are sugarcane and pig farmer, cocoa and swamp rice. You know, we are going to go out. We are going to go out to stakeholders to help us have this symposium. The advanced media consultants, we budgeted for, we far exceeded what we budgeted for. We are afraid that we will not call people to come and we will not give them breakfast and lunch. We did the presidential debate. We got stuck up. Nobody wants to come in. They want to come in when the elections are. So this is where we find ourselves. We are those people that former President John Fitzgerald Kennedy talked about. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. The Liberian man, this country, do we deserve to be at this point? I came across this one. Listen, it started a game changer.
As the globe spins, we are stuck here. No growth, no progress. For how long will we trust the process? When our mothers sell cornbread, banana bread, shortbread, but still can afford their children's daily bread. When we have fathers who don't come home anymore because they know that empty pockets don't make the pot to boil. Around here, every day we chew on the bones of people who try to stay out, while our leaders divide the national cake among themselves. But it's okay, because they feed us with the tape play during election season, making those empty promises we swallow every 6 years. Our stable food, the Lone Star, is starving. See how we are moving like curly-head chicken. We don't know our left from our right, but everyone says Liberia is getting there. See how we have more card holders than classroom teachers. See how school fees dog has become a stray dog, biting entire families, and no one is doing anything about it. See how even our dreams have become zombies. We are walking and they are dead, but no one cares. And still we cry.
Liberia will rise. Liberia will rise. But how can we improve the life we are living when our prayers are falling in some trash can up in heaven? We have silenced the sound of guns, but our self-hate is more deadly than bullets. We have trusted in the law of the land, but we have never found change in the ballots. We say one nation, indivisible, but in the eyes of the masses, this blood is invisible. For 200 years, we sat and wished for better days, but we must find a better way to add value to the lives we live. Only our minds can make the hustle pay. If not now, then when? If not us, then who? In this land of broken promises, the voices of the masses can send echoes of hope from the slum communities to public offices and across the seashores. The need for change must not be ignored. We can be better than Miami, not even like it. The question is, do we even believe it? The quest to create a better Liberia must stop our to-do list. But to do this, we must stop complaining and start planning. Whether you see a wheeler market or a supermarket, we can find what are broken in the system to fix them. We don't need to be ministers to preach the message of change. You don't need to win a seat in the house to clean your home. This nation doesn't need a new head of state, but a new state of minds. To define our worth by our past is like aborting our dream without ever getting to see it. The beat of our hearts is our future generations knocking on the door of our lives, telling us you can do better. And we must believe, like my value boy who is learning trade to add value to his life, like my Yana boy who has realized that going to the woods to get high doesn't take him from grass to grace. We are not tomorrow's people. Our time is now, and we are a mustard seed generation. We are built to mold gold out of sand, to rise above every circumstance. If we cause triumph out of trials, no more will hardship try us. So we must search for smiles amidst cries, to move from grass to grace. This is the price we have to pay. And with joy and gladness, we will one day shout, this too is Liberia. This too is Liberia. This too is our nation using its natural resources to reap supernatural harvests. This too is the love of our land spreading across party lines. This too is the day we bury that demonic slogan. If it can't be me, it can't be you. This too is Kampala, flowing with pride among the rivers of Africa. This too is a lone star shining bright and powerful and taking the path of evolution. This too is Liberia. But it takes one stupid fool to destroy the world knows
Yes, of course, the world knows you to be the most or one of the hungriest countries in the world. What are you doing? And you're taking upon yourself to restore your nation's dignity.
You don't twist the word. That is why.
Hello?
Wherever you go,
Come on, please take now. I want to read it.
twist the word.
Now, guess what? The monologue is doing to Liberians. Man, we are setting the agenda. People are calling back to back, sending text messages. It is an hour of enlightenment. Enough is enough. Who do we now go to? Who speaks for us? And the two young men said, we don't need new leaders. We need new set of minds. Hey, Liberia. 177 years upcoming.
Together, respect you deserve. When people see your kind, some of them won't be right. Their mind.
So at about now, I'm supposed to be expecting Gabriel Williams from Sacramento, California. He's going to appear online. And he got something to say about the Buchanan retreat. The controversial Buchanan retreat. The world knows the nation as the nation of drug lord and crooks.
All the destruction of the world. Take it upon to restore your nation's
You know, this segment has also touched the feeling of the Workers' Union president of the Liberia Broadcasting System. Just to say a good afternoon to you, my brother. Man, you are in the hands of the professional and we speak without fear. That's what we stood for. And we intend to stay this way. You know, let me bring this one down. And I receive a text message sometimes. Let me bring it to you. In the wake of all these Buchanan stuff, yeah, we agree they're all budgeted, right? Yeah, but those numbers did not come. It is somebody who plays in. And honorable speaker, I understand the frustration that your outburst last time. Man, there are some people coming to this government, they behave like they've never served in government before. But just 6 years sitting and watching your country being plunged into nonsense. And you make all those promises, you come on to fix it. And you come and then, don't get me wrong, let me put it this way. You come and want to perform worse than those you labor like that. Right? You come and perform like that, this is not going to work. There are people who will stand up and say, well, you can have your job. I don't know how a Liberian man should decide whether a Liberian should work in his government, in his country's government or not. In his country government or not. Oh, my goodness. I see Gabriel Williams coming in from California. He's already in studio electronically. But this is the message. Let me just read this message. I saw it in my inbox and I wept symbolically. The message on May 27. May 27, it says, the John F. Kennedy authorities reached out or was making an SOS call that facility had received 5 patients who were in critical conditions as a result of a tragic motor accident along the Monrovia Kakata Highway, with reports of at least 6 persons dying instantly in said accident. But the patients who were brought in at the time, the government's biggest referral hospital lacked at the time IV fluid, dressing materials, and drugs, a situation which the authorities said they could do nothing much in helping the victims in the absence of those medical materials, thus prompting their call for urgent assistance in the provision of needed materials. That text message came to me on May 27, and I forwarded it to the folks who were on air, and they read it. Liberia's biggest referral hospital went out of IV fluid. IV fluid. You know this IV fluid? The one you say they hang the water on the person. Bandage to dress wounds. If JFK can send an SOS call like that, then what do you make of the Swain clinic, where Burma and the folks are there sacrificing? The last time I went there, and they were telling me whether I can make some intervention of paracetamol. Paracetamol. I just forgot it. I can't just outrightly state, because he gave me a list. Those things. Swain is just 19 kilometers outside Monrovia, or Burrowville to be specific. What much more the Bella Yella Health Center? Then you got people come and be justified. Look, justify what thing? What? Retreat? Justify what? The reason why the 3 names are trending, the pro tempore, the Mosrado County Senator Dawes DeLong, and the Bapolu County Senator, those are the people, oh yes, those are the people we work with to remove Josh Weah and his crooks. Those are the people. And they were the ring leader. They said they would deliver Liberia. And don't get me wrong. The reason why their names are trending on this Buchanan retreat, controversial Buchanan retreat, because they're holding them for what they promise. And I don't want to believe any of them is annoyed or mad at people questioning or reminding them. No way. There are some audio here. If I start to play it, it is going to embarrass all of us here. It's going to embarrass all of us here. The Liberian people deserve better. We'll take this quick break. When we come back, we go strictly to California. Gabriel Williams is on. This is Akon No Labor.
We may not understand this whole process and how things go. It's an ordinary man trying to live free and God knows. See a man with a blue tie, see a man with a red tie. So how about we tie ourselves together and get it done? do what's right for America. All we ask from you is some honesty and motivation. Give us something to believe. I'm only one man with a voice to something we got in common. Need a model, well then look at me. He's a Democrat, he's Republican. There's a fight in the race, who's gonna win? What your difference is the sign, man, that you can. Cause it's way too many people suffering. I wish they didn't have no labor. Need more change with no labor. My kids will grow up soon. Your kids will grow up too. Wouldn't you like to see them raised up next to good hospitals and good schools?
My children will grow up. Your children will grow up in very nice hospitals and schools. This is Aliu Tian, or otherwise known as Akon, of Senegal, West Africa. Pastor Robert Benba of CHAP, Community of Hope.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty.
200 years ago, we brought forth on this continent a new nation with the slogan freedom, liberty. And they didn't say CDC Liberia, they didn't say United Party Liberia, ANC, they didn't say the NPP, they said the Republic of Liberia.
What your country can do for you, and what you can do for your country.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
And that's exactly what we're telling our officials here. Be true to what you promised the people. Come on, man. By the time you sit on radio and try to inform or set the agenda to electing the people, there's somebody would send you text, my man, well, you want a job in this place here now. Come on, man. Take your job. Enough is enough. Akon, good afternoon to you. So we have to go to Sacramento, California, and Pastor Robert Benba has just sent a text that Community of Hope Rest Project is fully involved, is going to be fully involved in the upcoming symposium on food sustainability, a public-private approach on the species of the advanced media consultancy, of course, the producer of State of the Nation on this great network, Truth FM. Let me go to Sacramento, California. Gabriel Williams is there. Mr. Williams, good afternoon to you.
Good morning, Chris. From my end,
Mr. Williams, are you there?
Yes, are you hearing me?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good to have you on. And I guess it's how many hours you ahead of us? It's here 22 minutes after 3 o'clock.
Yes, because it is summertime. During the summertime, you are 7 hours ahead of us. So it's around 8 o'clock here in the morning, 8 a.m.
Imagine that, and that's the work of technology. You're sitting in studio here electronically. You're here with us. You and I are looking at one another one-on-one. I hope your cat is not going to disturb the broadcast today.
Well, for now, because of the weather, they're wilding away, and so you never know. Anytime they might come and just try to keep in. They need to be cuddled. They need some attention, and in that case, you do that. They woke me up early this morning. They come and make sounds, or they climb in the bed. Those kinds of things. Sometimes they need attention. You just go and do that.
Why do you keep cats in the home? What, you got some rats?
No, I got the cats are my daughter's pet. My daughter and her friend her friend just graduated from University of California at Davis, where my daughter graduated, and then she went to medical school. So while they still run away, their cats, you keep them. And the older cat been here for a couple of years now. My daughter's own cat is a Siamese cat. It's a very unique cat. They're only found mostly in Asia. And so they're all here. So we do FaceTime with them. And when they're on vacation or on break, they play with their cats and stuff. So, and these things are therapeutic and healing. That's why here in America, in hospitals and other places, rehabilitation places, they have dogs and cats and all kinds of pets that they take there to help rehabilitate people.
Okay, this is State of the Nation, and we needed to clear this one. Let me just recognize few. Ibe Blackie is on. Joe Flomo is on. Joe Flomo says, this is Liberia. This too is Liberia. Ibe Blackie says, we are in the last days. Hold on, the supreme creator of the universe, or is vanity. Yes, I do agree. And I learned that in my Sabbath school, that all on this earth is vanity. But seek ye in the face of the creator. Christina GC Masterquare, good afternoon to you, my sister. What's about you, Elijah K. Kali, Scar Kamara, Aloysius Peter Flomo, long time, Eman Hammer, our ambassador, there with a bouncy baby boy, a girl, sorry, bouncy baby. Yes, I don't know the sex. Yes, we have to sometimes remind our leaders, right? You got people here sat on radio and insulted the man who today are called president. But because they came to you people and danced to the gallery, they bootleg. So today they are presidential preferment. If we speak truth to you people, that will make us down to be presidential preferment. Well, you can have a job. Don't just take property from me where I'm producing my crops. Don't just try it. Okay, so let me come to our guest. I had to do this one because I just received a text message telling me the movers and shakers in job apportioning do not. Come on, man. You can. What you talk? I'm an educated man. I know my way out. I am an educated man. Ellen Johnson told me, look, Chris, Mr. Sally, one of the greatest assets you ever do is education. Go and educate myself. I've inculcated that into my children's mind. That unless you educate yourself, you allow people to look down on you. Even some of those, by accident, they get into public position, not educated, but you have to be mindful. Just be upright and keep your head above the water. Mr. Williams, yesterday we talked. You're mourning with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the death of her son, Charles, someone I knew very well. And yesterday he was laid to rest. And besides that, you got a friend. You had a friend, Gus Jiplo. I don't see anyone who edits news script as prolific as Gus was. Yesterday we reached out so that you can extend our condolences to these families, respective families. Let's hear before we get into politics.
Thank you so much, Chris, for giving me this opportunity and reaching out to provide my own perspective on these developments, especially to extend profound condolences to Her Excellency Madam President for the loss of her beloved son, Mr. Charles Sirleaf. As I reflected on the life of Mr. Sirleaf and Gus Jiplo, our colleague, following their death, people like that, I am always reminded of the saying by a Greek philosopher, Solon. Solon was regarded as one of the founding fathers of democracy. And this is what he said. He said that no man should consider himself truly happy until he is dead. And to paraphrase, they say no man or no woman should consider himself or herself truly happy until they are dead. What does Solon mean? Basically, it was his thought that it is at the post of a person's life when the verdict comes in as to how well did the person live, And it comes back to how we reminisce when someone died. You heard the stories in the past couple of days, Mr. Selly, the week, and then the funeral. This is what Solomon. How well did the person live? Did they serve the common good? Or were they just a bunch of losers, who didn't care for the common good? And no matter what you do, it is at that point, when you are gone, when people are thinking about you, they're talking about you, that's when this verdict comes in. And it comes back to the life of Mr. Selly. I'll go to my friend Ross later. Mr. Selly was just, an extraordinary person in a sense of humility. Look, if you didn't know that man, and many of the tributes you spoke to that during the past couple of days, that if you didn't know him personally, you would know that his mom, Ellen Johnson Selly, was the president of Liberia. He was so simple. He didn't carry any chips on his shoulder. Let's look at the extraordinary life of this man. As contentious as the Liberian political process has been, especially going from the 1980s to the Civil War, where his mom, Madam Ellen Johnson Selly, was a major player, to the point that a woman who not she was exiled for years, yet Charles Selly was in Liberia working at the bank and in many other places serving his country. Even under Charles Taylor, that man worked at the bank. So it's a reflection of the extraordinary person he was. You could be, Mr. Selly could be somewhere and people insult his mom, they say all kinds of mean things, and he won't say a word. And so that level of, humility is just, unprecedented. Because there are many people who jump to exploit their relationships. And you've seen it even during my Selly's time and during the weird time, and we've seen it now in the present dispensation. How people exploit to the point of even, of violating laws of the land, exploit the journey exploitation. But it was not Mr. Selly. He was just, who he was. Somebody who was always willing to help. I saw a headline in one of the papers recently where President Selly said that anyone who really wanted to honor the memory of Charles, they should go and feed the people at the prison. They should go and support the needy. Because this is all he represented. He exemplified all of those attributes. And another thing is, the thing I need to say is he was a very good singer. Oh, that man had good voice. He had good voice. And I can speak to that. His daughter, Janelle, I think her name is Janelle Selly, when she graduated in 2017 from the University of Virginia, she graduated from the Darden School of Economics. She did her master's. The Darden School of Economics is regarded as one of the 10 most prestigious, business school, rather. Darden Business School, not School of Economics, Darden Business School. A Darden Business School is the 10th most prestigious business school in the whole world. When that young lady graduated, at the time my name was still in office, it was in 2017, and during the reception that was held, the graduation party, Charles and his daughter Janelle, they sang this song, Dancing with My Father. And as I speak, my voice quivered. Because, people were in tears. When this man and his daughter, they got him in the sink. It was the only people he said he could pay for the daughter. I'm telling you, by the time that show was over, there were a few people, in tears, just from the emotions. So, this man was a good man. And, never mind, I told you, if what Solomon said, that no man should consider himself happy until he is dead. Because imagine what happened to him after Madame left, and we and his gang came and took over, and they tried to dismiss this man. and they try to disgrace me as a weak and eminent businessman. But you know, God can sleep. They are the ones now who have been internationally criminalized and sanctioned. And I hope that in the fullness of time, so we are too. Here in America will be brought to account. If he doesn't in Liberia, he will basically account for some of his crimes in Liberia under present American laws.
Okay. Let me ask a few questions before we transition from this one.
Yes.
His mother, the former president, said, if you want to moon the devil off cars, man, come on, go into the prison compounds and see and speak to the inmates. Some of them are unquote now. Some of them are held for crimes they've never committed. Some of them are a victim of lack of pre-trial, a victim of pre-trial detention for the rest of their life. What life does this teach us as human in the section of humanity?
Yeah, you know, this is why I say that I refer to this pronouncement by Madame. It is very fitting. What I'm saying is, you talk about people in pre-trial detention. Some of these people, they are in jail just for stealing a loaf of bread or for snatching a phone. Imagine the people who have stolen millions, and they're flying up and down. But we are in his criminal gang. This is why I say, when you look at the overall picture, we need to hold them accountable. And in the fullness of time, whether in Liberia or here in America, we will exploit every means. And you will hear one of these days, we are out at the airport or somewhere, let's come over you. We will hold them accountable at some point. Let's talk about the sanctions. Yes, and you must say one up and down, and it's happening. Wait and see.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so man, this is a funeral moment of your son. I mean, going that, except on that great waking up morning, you're not going to interact with the press. But this woman is telling you, the mourners, us, to turn our mourning into charity.
Yes.
Does that sound realistic?
Yes. Oh yes. I fully agree that this man's legacy should go ahead. I will hope that even the family will go further to set up the charity in his memory, because it was all this man's life reflected. He was apolitical. He didn't disrespect other people. He didn't treat other people as less than himself. And he was just a charitable man. So I fully agree. If I'm in a position to support such an endeavor, trust me, I'm on board, because this is a memory, this is a legacy that must be kept. And I would recommend to the family that they should think about that very seriously. So set up some humanitarian program that will institutionalize prison programs, supporting people. You have women in prison, who are having kids, in prison due to little crimes they committed. There are a lot of our people who are going through a lot of things because they don't have the means. So, it is a good way to honor his memory. I fully agree. And I really don't mind contributing to that endeavor.
Okay. So, let's hear your final words on the homegoing of God's Diplo.
Yes, the God's Diplo thing is astounding. I have to speak. I'm actually working on a tribute that will be published in some of the local publications. And here is what happened. I spoke with Gus on that Friday, and he suddenly died on Saturday. Here I spoke, and here what happened. After nearly 10 years of indirect contact, and I used to follow up activities regarding Gus through my dear friend and colleague Carl Bois, who is the publisher of eProfile. I finally got a call from Gus in April, a couple of months ago, indicating that he had heard me several times on your very program, and thanks to State of the Nation, coming on and introducing me and stuff, or author and other things. And it dawned on Gus that he had a manuscript that he had been keeping for 20 long agonizing years, according to him. And he didn't know what to do. He didn't have the financial means. He didn't have the connection. He didn't know what to do. And so you coming on, give a public book and XYZ, and those kinds of things. He said, don't know him. And then he went and searched for the paper and for the number, and he called me. And to make a long matter short, we had his manuscript submitted to a publishing house. It was approved, and he was assigned a publishing, an author consultant. They were dealing with him directly. And we have made some understanding. And I was in the process of finding some job or whatever for us to do in Monrovia. For example, they inquired since Mr. Wheeler left. Our young and enterprising managing editor, Miss Winnie, doing very well, but she needs help in the editorial area. And so it was one way. I even joke with Cardinal that if I can catch Gus to carry him there, because it's not easy getting him out. And and we had everything going. He was supposed to raise some money, and I was going to raise the rest of the money to get his book published. They made him myself talk on Friday. He was very happy. He said that he was bouncing back from the labor of the cold. And so I told him we spoke for over 30 minutes. And I said, look, let me call you back on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And because of my engagement here, I didn't call him until Monday. When I picked up the phone to call him, there was this notice that didn't have died. What happened, he went to an entertainment center that Saturday to watch a Chelsea. The Chelsea in London, the British team Chelsea, they were playing another team. And as I understand, he was an avid, Chelsea supporter. And so Chelsea scored. And in the midst of the jubilation, the whole place, the uproar, this man jumped, everybody jumping, and then in the midst of it, he just started screaming. And he was experiencing pain. And he collapsed. In the absence of ambulance, fire trucks in a country, such a dysfunctional country, people had to carry him. They had to carry him bodily to his house. From there, he was taken to JFK. And not JFK, rather to ELWA Hospital near Monrovia, where he passed that Saturday. Now, his death is a reflection of the state, of the terrible state of the medical system. It is unfortunate that when our leaders, when the president, when they're sick, they can afford to fly abroad. Some of them, they charter plane. I think we should start naming and shaming these people to stop them, the leaders of our country, from the president, from leaving the country to go abroad for medical checkup, and leaving the hospitals in such a state of neglect. I just listened to you here when I came on about some accident that took place, and they don't have care at JFK. I think IV, some IV, IV support fluid or whatever, they don't even have it. But our leaders can afford to leave. This is disgusting, it is despicable, and we should name and shame them. We are calling on President Bouaga, they need to prioritize these hospitals. It is wrong for them to leave or go abroad. We want to leave the rest of the millions of our people in the country. This is a behavior, a conduct that we should discourage. There's a scene where people are dying from fire every day and nothing was done. And the news that came about, the country came to grips when the speaker of the house caught fire. The chicken is coming home to roost. When we hear in the midst of all of these
the chicken is coming home to roost, and that will transition us into the actual politics of the day.
Thank you.
The Buchanan retreat. It has become so controversial. Claims and counterclaims. Numbers are coming. Though a little over 47,000 reportedly first being spent in Buchanan. New numbers are coming, but there's too much noise, and it's being characterized by claims and counterclaims about stands on integrity, honesty, and the tangibility of what were accrued from the Buchanan retreat. Where do you stand?
Look, you just talked about some lack of IV fluid at JFK. Shame on those senators I don't care who they were, who they are, who participated. To leave from here and go to leave Maria and go to Buchanan, to go have a happy time using almost $50,000 when you don't have fluid at JFK. Shame on them. This is what I told you, this behavior is despicable. So when they're sick, they go down the plane and go to Ghana and go to other places. If you have Liberians going to the airport to block the planes from leaving when they're here, that's just sick officials leaving to go abroad, let the people stop doing it. You put them there for them to be having a wonderful time when people are dying. The last time you and myself had a discussion, we recommended road safety regulations in the wake of the fire disaster that took place. What has been done? We have not heard one change. But I bet you, when the president or the vice president, anybody sick now, they'll get on the plane. Let people get on let people block the roads and stop them from going. I'm not encouraging any mob action. But they cannot be dying and the people use the government money to be going abroad. This is totally unacceptable. And you know, you
sometimes it sounds awkward when Liberians sit in the diaspora and enjoy the peaceful system of the American setting and calling on the people to agitate against their leaders who are on the ground.
Well, this is why Liberia is such a mess. It is a dysfunctional country because you have leaders who are being held accountable. You have a bunch of people parading up and down who are not accountable. If they take the government money and use it for themselves, and when you call that agitation, the people who die on the highway, you know, that you just, I think 6 people who died, you know, when you talk about it, that agitation, they don't have IV fluid at JFK, but they can get on the plane and go to Ghana and to go abroad. The agitation, I don't care what it says. I don't care about their job. But you know what? They even owe me. And let me just bring it up. From the time, you know, I left that embassy, my money that they owe me, they didn't even get it. So it's not about job here. It's not about job here. The country is going down. If we allow our country to continue along this line, trust me, you see Haiti, you know, Haiti is almost ungovernable. It is practically ungovernable. They don't have government now. You know, the whole place has descended into gang or country. You know, a dysfunctional country where gangs have taken over. You see, Mr. Weah, he came and introduced Kush and all these drugs. He was flying up and down. All you want to do is get high, get drunk.
You can't say that. You can't say that, Mr. Williams. Hold on, Chief. You can't say Mr. Weah introduced Kush. You can't say that. You can't say that, Chief. This is your former president, man.
Well, here it is. All these drugs that came into the country, the alarming rate of drugs that were brought into the country that implicated Weah and people within the circle. What do you call that? What do you call a president?
Maybe you can say, you got to be euphemistic, Chief. You got to be euphemistic. Maybe you can say under his administration, during his administration.
Under his administration.
Yeah, but to just directly say, brought in by Mr. Weah, this is despicable of a former leader.
Well, you know, I will use these guys. They have proven to be incapable custodian of our country. No, there's no word strong enough to the point where people are losing their lives. People are losing their lives. So, you know, if I say somebody's conduct is despicable, you know, it is nothing compared to people who are dying on the highway because of government failures. We can't sit here and allow business as usual. These guys can come and plunder our country and they run up and down. That's why I say that if they continue we will exercise American laws and start holding our old leaders. So we are now, we'll start holding them accountable. You know, the people are running the country wrongly. You know, imagine we've gone 5 months, and this is supposed to be the honeymoon period of this new government. They have not even organized a full government yet. I mean, what is this? You know, can you imagine what's going to happen in 6 years? And we're here and everything is falling apart. Should we wait until the country descends into a state of Haiti? This is our country. And for me, it's not about jobs. All I want is my money. I work for the government, let them pay me, and I'm gone. And we'll continue to advocate against them to make sure that Liberia gets in the right path. It's despicable for them to fly out of the country when people are dying. And I stand by my word.
Anyway, but we just need to create some checkpoints for you because you're speaking of a former president, and
Yes.
by that, if there were any evidence during his time, it was amounted to being pinched to have introduced directly a narcotic substance highly controlled. I just thought you would have said under his administration. Like
Oh, no,
this
no, so
one,
we are.
another
No, no,
one,
no.
another one named style zombie is a surface, but it is not the current president, but it is during his administration that we started hearing about zombies.
Yes, but that's the point I'm making. You see what happening at the, how they call it, the drug agency, LDE or whatever they call it, where you have the heads of this agency really turning into rebels, pulling gun at one another. Look at the language these people are using. You know, the drug laws are taking over our country. I'm telling you, it took the United States government, years, to bring the drug situation in Colombia and other countries under control that were affecting America here. So this is no small thing. You have people associated with Mr. Weir, who were complicit, clean loads of drugs, nobody, say anything. And you have under this administration, you have the LDE leaders, at one another at gunpoint, pointing guns at one another and doing the things. Look, the country has been overtaken by drugs. If we sit here, look, our country is going to go down. There is no joke. There's no joke. You can have the country politically with all these drugs. You have the guys up and down, and nothing is being done. Now the drug agency, now everything is going down. No leadership, and all of these things are happening. Because these people are in the pockets of drug laws for everything that we are reading. If we sit here, our country is going to collapse like Haiti. And it's going to be unfortunate after the international community committed so much resources to get us out of war. Then we sit there and let drugs come and consume our country because our leaders don't seem to find their way in appointing the right people in these positions. This is getting disgusting. And I say it loosely. People are dying, man. Look at the floods.
Chief. All right. So can we leave George Weah alone for a moment?
Okay.
And discuss the situation on the ground.
Thank you.
The Buchanan retreat. You think it was necessary or not necessary?
Well, I can't say whether it was necessary or not necessary, but I just read in one of the publications, some of the publications that they didn't even have a quorum. Sometimes they read the Senate. And for them to go spend almost $50,000 for these guys to be passing up and down having fun, we wouldn't have money, and we wouldn't have RV fluids at JFK. Why couldn't they have a retreat at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Center, where the national government, where the president had his retreat?
But before you continue with that, Chief. Hold on, before you continue, you were Deputy Minister for Public Affairs.
Yes.
When the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government had a cabinet retreat in Vonjama, where there in Vonjama. Today, you got problem with somebody going to Buchanan.
Well, we have a ministerial center in Moravia. You will say that given the financial situation, the $40,000, $40,000 or $50,000 that they use to divide among themselves academics and hotel accommodation, this money could have been used to order some RV fluid, even from Ghana real estate to put in JFK. That's all I'm saying. It makes no sense to take these people, I don't know how many of them, to buy some hotel accommodation, transportation, per diem, and putting thousands of dollars in their pocket. $40,000+. This is despicable. They should have gone to the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Center to do this. Why don't we think we put them in position for them to come and live at the expense of our country? This behavior must be, it's totally unacceptable. I'm not saying they cannot go out of town, but you look at the circumstances, look at the conditions. People are dying from the roadways and stuff, and yet they don't have fluid, RV fluid. And the number one hospital in our country, Referral Hospital, that used to attract people from all around Africa for best care, they don't have IV fluid, and you're taking $45,000, go and push that to somebody else. But this is despicable. The people should have gone there and protested against this kind of behavior. If they wouldn't do it, you guys, they will run the country down the way we are and the people journey. That's what I'm saying. I'm holding we
Okay.
are responsible because he was the immediate past president and he brought greater damage to the country than you can ever imagine.
All right, that's good. So the numbers were coming in like 700, 1,000 for the Buchanan retreat. The Senate kept silent, and then later on, the Senate came on and said it is not 700,000; it is 47,000 for the entire retreat. And then three individuals who have spoken about uprightness in quotation, that is the pro tem, the Maswara Senate Barros Delon, and Apollo Amarakone. Names were trending, and the people were holding them accountable, reminding them of some of those campaign messages they made. So Senator Amarakone come up with what he refers to as facts. These are the numbers he released. The Ministry of Finance issued 2 checks in favor of the Liberian Senate operation account at the Central Bank of Liberia on June 5, 2024, totaling 565,000. Check number 1, 290,000 for constituency visit in the year. Check number 2, 275,000 for committee engagement and Senate retreat combined. All funds are approved, budgeted expenditures in the fiscal year 2024 budget signed into law by the president. That's his justification. It was not wasteful. It was budgeted, signed, and it was due them. So it is paid.
Yes, there is nothing wrong with the you see the amount of money that these people allocated for themselves when hospitals don't even have IV fluid, JFK. I keep coming back to this. JFK doesn't have IV fluid, Chris, and the people out there. And these people allocating all this money for constituency. What do they do with the money already they're putting in their pocket? Why are the projects that made they do? Look, all those who participate, I say shame on all of them. There's no justification for their conduct, for taking this huge amount of money. Somebody should have had a common sense and say, look, let's convert this money, let's take this money, maybe for the something $1,000 they took to go hang out in bars, to be hanging out in the bars and sleeping, they should have taken that money and go out and do it for JFK. That's all I'm saying. All that money, we're not saying they don't need money, they need budget, but for God's sake, they allocated all the money for themselves, and then you leave nothing out for these hospitals. If JFK doesn't have IV fluid, can you imagine what happening to a hospital in Basel, in Limba, and all these places? Our country is in a mess. There's no leadership right now. In a serious term, in terms of moving things. What is this, man? This is unacceptable. People are dying. I don't care what you do. So shame on those who participated in the process. They have no regrets for that. People are dying, man. Some go check for the something $1,000 to go for 3 to several days of retreat to go hang out. When they should have done the retreat right in Monrovia there. What did they discuss? So much. What this year did they reach in Monrovia? In Buchanan so much that they could not have reached in Monrovia.
Well, sometimes it's good to leave your comfort zone, man. All right, so this is State of the Nation. Gabriel Williams is there in the U.S., California. He's our guest online. Electronically, he's in studio discussing a wide range of issues. Mr. Williams, before we take the calls, budgetary appropriation in my lay experience in government is not paid in lump sum. I mean, in whole, it is paid in lump sum. For example, you are the minister of state or minister of public works. You got an allotment paid monthly, and the Ministry of Finance will do all the transaction. In short, I'm trying to say no government entity will receive a whole year budgetary allotment at once. But Minister Amar Conant is saying the $290,000 given for constituency visit is for a whole year. We are half into the year. How come? And this is the argument in the street. How come the full amount for a year is paid when the allotment is supposed to be paid monthly? What do you make of this one before we begin taking the calls?
Look, the country, Liberia is in a mess.
So the follow up, who do you hold responsible? The Ministry of Finance or the Senate?
Well, as between all of them, they all make up the government. They all make up the government. No amount of explanation they provide to the justify that people are just exploiting the country. It's just one government after another. That's how it looks like. And it's becoming very worrying. A lot of people who supported the rescue operation, including myself, there is growing concern now as to whether this is a real rescue now because there's no sense of direction. You have all of these problems.
You can't say that. You yourself have spoken of the enormity of the mess created by the former government. You said that to me. How is it going to take? How is it going? No, hold on, Chief. Hold on. 1 minute. How come 6 months? 6 months you think should be enough to settle down on the mess left behind?
Chris, at the risk of repeating myself, I have come here. And you heard me just blaming Mr. Weah for the mess the country found itself in. And I always say it. But where is our share of responsibility as a new government? We've been there 5 months. It was to be 6 months, which is the honeymoon period. If the government is going through so much problem in this honeymoon period and the government is not fully formed, what's going to happen beyond this point? So the problems are enormous, but we have a plan. But if you don't see, if people are not seeing noticeable things, of course, like I said, the war crimes code and other things, yes, we made some progress. But it doesn't mean that we should close our eyes to essential things that are necessary, to move the country forward, like the medical, the health. How can you have a country where you have a single functioning ambulance system? I just told you about Gus, where they carry this man bodily limbs. They taught him limbs by his limbs. I mean, come on. Not a single functioning ambulance, not a single functioning fire truck. And you call it a country and you have these they are all this honorable. They are a bunch of dishonorable people because they are not doing the honorable thing.
Okay. So let's open the lines for the participation for the public. Trust me, not everyone's going to agree with you. So the numbers 077 28 59 61. The first caller is on the line. Good afternoon to you, caller. Hello.
Good afternoon, Grace, and good afternoon to your guest.
Yes, so Mr. Williams, can you hear the caller?
I can hear me a little bit. It's fluctuating, but
okay. So let's hear. What's your name, Chief? Stephen Noah is calling from Johnsonville. Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you to your student, your first statement. And those of us who are working for, we have not seen anywhere for the entire year wherein your NGO or even government will give you money as regarding and DSA, the 290,000 was their DSA.
No, he didn't say DSA. No, he didn't say DSA.
For the trouble that you have not seen, we have only gone 6 months. They have made the 6 months. That's for December.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me take the next call. Thank you. Let me take you. Thank you. Thank you. This call is very angry. He's very angry. He said, you take the entire year money. Who knows? Why if one of them does not live up to the end of the year and the money is already paid, for God forbid, everybody will see the end of the year. This caller is on. Hello. Yes, let's hear you. What's your name?
Responsible for the development that the lower house and not they want to receive a for the one of center and body over 500,000 half a million. We need to stop this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pastor Davis. Let me take this caller. Hello. Yes. What's your name? AB Sakama. Let's hear you. No, let me sit down. Hey, hold on. Hold on, Chief. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. The one who said that, that caller said, why did a member of the Senate passes away? What happens to the person who will come? Now that you pay all the money to one senator. Let me say, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me take it from this end. Thank you. Hello. Yes, let's hear you. Hear about what? The next hold on, Chief. The next time you labor the representing like that, I'm not going to let you go. Thank you. So please, I beg. No, you got no. Listen, hold on, Chief. You got a personal problem with a lawmaker saying he takes a calling dictator, not on this platform. If he's in a studio, you can call him dictator, but don't label him as dictator on the platform. Why is he not there? Thank you. Let's hear you. Okay. Sir Joseph told you will not take money? Did Sir Joseph tell you will not take money? No, give me the evidence. Give me the evidence. The people's argument I've said this is because they're judging a particular senator of a promise made. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. CDC is being skipped. Otherwise, we'll take 3 more and go to Mr. Williams. Hello. Yeah.
I'm still wondering where the police actually enough like that. I'm still wondering what or in battle got used to the picture that went where the school has no function. And I'm just
Don't want to be a worry. Just leave that one. Some of you can eat your recess even before recess. What problem? Okay, so we time. Everybody want to participate. We'll take the last one. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Yes? Let's hear you quickly.
so they can make the president and they don't reach out for wrong idea. When president to go,
Hold on. This is a responsible plan. What this man did in this case. Hold on, Chief. Hold on. Yeah, hold on now. Graceman can stop a money budgeted for going to the Senate. He can stop it. No, don't call me Crystal. Don't call me Crystal. I say, can Graceman stop? Can Graceman stop a money budgeted for the Senate? Can he stop the why are you blaming him? All right, thank you. Let me take this from you. Thank you very much. Hello. Yes, you the last call. The progressive.
Question for one legislator, which is Senator Abraham. Answer to this question. Not because Senator Mazzarano, but I use my time and resources to elect him and change system Senator Dillon, is the system now? Is the system working for people?
You voted for Senator Dillon? Did you vote for Senator Dillon in 2020? Thank you. We can't take calls anymore. Sorry about that. We can't take calls anymore. Thank you for your support. Thanks for your call. It makes me to believe that Liberians are pushing for change, and then they want to participate. They want to hold their leaders accountable for what they say. I'm not taking calls again. I'm going to Gabriel Williams. Nobody seems to have disagreed with Gabriel except Pascal Davis of the CDC. Let's hear you, Mr. Williams. You heard the callers. They are angry. They are upset, and they feel betrayed. Some of them feel betrayed at the moment.
Yes, Chris. You know, our country is at a point of desperation, and you can't be in Liberia and not feel it, especially ordinary people. And the disappointment they continue to feel in our leaders who continue to let our people down. When it seems like going into government is about greasing your elbow, as reflected by 40-something thousand being used for retreat. When you do have RV fluid against the leading hospital in our country, it doesn't make sense. And so, at the risk of repeating myself, I didn't really hear all of the questions, most of it because of the reception. But I'm glad, overall, we needed to hear that, most of these people are in. And others who dare to disagree.
A caller said, a caller said, Pascal Davis said, and I'm going to, the reason why he is the only one who actually differ with you. He said, you said, Mr. We have created mess. Is this the same mess that apportioning the $290,000 yearly when it's supposed to be paid by installment monthly based on allotment? Is it Mr. We have created that?
Well, Mr. Weah is the leader in chief. And, let me just tell you that, just as you have people who were waging war, prosecuting war in Liberia, and were declared internationally declared warlords, Mr. Weah runs the risk of being declared a drug lord.
What?
I'm
coming to the end of the interview. You want to be another problem.
We'll move these things and it will be accepted as well. Well, when you talk about reacting, again, these people who are there now, whatever is their money, whatever money they're being, whatever your problem will have with the appropriations, that's how we're trying to hold their people to fire. But it does not, reabsorb Mr. Weah of his criminal activities in our country and turning the country into a push land and zombie land, and all he wanted to do was to then get high and then. So this is what I'm saying. We are going to hold our leaders constantly responsible for the state of our country. And this is why we go back and we say, we are responsible for the mess he created. And we were hoping that this new government will come and put things in place. Well, in 5 months, only 6 months, we see the struggle. We see the struggle.
Okay.
And we are not sure whether these things, there's a conscious decision to move the country forward. For me, you cannot explain to me, and I don't care, you can put a gun to my throat. Any justification to spending, for example, $40,000+ when you don't have agriculture and JFK. Just these kinds of money should have been allocated for medical. If they don't have agriculture and JFK, what's happening in Lofa? What's happening in Grand Crew? What happened in Grand Gilead? So the lives of these people there, they're not important. When the president said he can jump, they put him on the flight out of the country. When the vice president said he can get out on the flight, I say it again, it is despicable and it must come to an end. They need to pay attention to the medical, our medical service, so that when the president's sick, he can go to the hospital right there. The Peter or Paul, the ordinary man in the street, when they're sick, they can get the better care.
Thank you,
just
Chief.
as well letting them leave the country when they're sick. It's the reason why they don't care. It's the reason why they can take $40,000+ to go on some retreat, to go hang out in Grand Bassa, when we don't have IV fluid.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Period.
Okay, time has come up with us. It's unacceptable in your words. Thank you so much, Mr. Williams, for taking our questions. Thank you. Let's see whether we can do this some of the time, as usual, whenever trending issues arise. This is State of the Nation. Thanks so much for taking our invitation.
Thank you very much, Chris. Pleasure as always.
Okay. Gabriel Williams, former Deputy Minister for Public Affairs, Ministry of Information, former President of the PUL, former Minister Councilor at the Liberian Mission in Washington, D.C., and a founding member of the Inquirer newspaper. Is a regular pundit on State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1. We are taking a break to be right back. When we come back, of course, we got a voice for the Cape Martinians. I'm told B Mountain gave $450,000 to the 3 clans in the area they operate, and with the smiles on everybody's face. Sooner, very soon, that money is going to finish, and then you will hear agitations all over, because some of the people I saw at the symbolic presentation of the check, at the presentation of the symbolic check, let's watch and see. We'll be back in a jiffy. This is State of the Nation. Your hands in the hands of Koliba Siafa.
The story of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company of Akron, Ohio, begins in 1900. By the Roaring Twenties, the company was a household name, and Harvey Firestone had become one of the top industrialists of that gilded age.
There are few people who realize the importance of rubber and what it means to our commerce and welfare.
With its auto industry booming, the United States was consuming around 70% of the world's rubber, most of it imported from British colonies in the Far East. Harvey Firestone was determined to find his very own source of rubber.
I urge upon the United States to get relief by investing in a country under their own control. This can be accomplished in Liberia, but in
Liberia was ideal. The country was an ally of the United States. It had a large untapped labor pool and miles of land for planting rubber trees.
The 90,000 acres was divided into 45 divisions, each division having hundreds of trees, about 12 feet apart by 15 feet apart. So you had 8.5 million rubber trees, all in rows.
In 1926, Liberia offered Firestone a chance to develop up to 1 million acres of land at 6 cents an acre.
The Liberian negotiators were not knowledgeable about these things. So Firestone got the deal that said they would rent huge acres of land for small amounts for a long period of time. But I don't think that the original deal was in the very best interest of the country.
The deal was controversial from the start, but for the Liberian government, it marked the beginning of a convenient business partnership.
Firestone was huge in every way, and the revenues were absolutely crucial. So what would happen would be that the government, when it ran out of money, would anticipate the revenues. It would get Firestone to pay future revenues up front. So the government was always in hock to Firestone.
It was a mutually beneficial arrangement.
The spell on you.
Firestone eagerly courted Liberian elites, holding parties like this one, where management invited Nina Simone to sing. That's Harvey Firestone's son, Harvey Jr., on the right, next to the guest of honor, Liberia's long-ruling president, William Tubman.
Firestone has been here since 1926. There is no reason for the workers in Firestone to live under the conditions they live. We are not going to accept it. We are not going to accept the fact that people live in houses that have no windows, that people live in houses where there is not schooling for them. Firestone has made enough money in this country to have treated the Liberian workers in a much better way. Our responsibility as the government is to make sure that the workers' rights are protected, that their benefits are fair, that they are treated properly, and this government is committed to that.
I will dream, but I leave and start. I'm a dream. Maybe Maggie will continue to dream. But when we put stuff in place, it doesn't matter whether we achieve it or not. Somebody can take it from there. It's been long years, since 1920. You don't have a tire factory, you don't have a plastic factory. And that's a long time. Our parents died. Our generation, our orientation, we live, for me, I live everywhere. I live in London, Paris, Chicago, New York, Miami. So we have to make sure that for all of the benefit, we help each other to grow.
As the globe spins, we are stuck here. No growth, no progress. For how long will we trust the process? When our mothers say our cornbread
banana bread, shortbread, but still can hold their children's daily bread. When we have fathers who don't come home anymore because they know that empty pockets don't make the pot to boil. Around here, every day we chew on the bones of people who try to stand out, while our leaders divide the national cake among themselves. But it's okay, because they feed us with the they play during election season, making those empty promises we swallow every 6 years our stable food. The Lone Star is starving. See how we are moving like Holly-head chicken. We don't know our left from our right, but everyone says Liberia is getting there. See how we have more card loaders than classroom teachers. See how school fees dog has become a stray dog, biting entire families. And no one is doing anything about it. See how even our dreams have become zombies. We are walking and they are dead, but no one cares. And still, we cry. Liberia will rise. Liberia will rise. But how can we improve the life we are living when our prayers are falling in some trash can up in heaven? We have silenced the sound of guns, but our self-hate is more deadly than bullets. We have trusted in the law of the land, but we have never found change in the ballots. We say one nation indivisible, but in the eyes of the masses, this lie is invisible. For 200 years, we sat and wished for better days, but we must find a better way to add value to the lives we live. Only our minds can make the hustle pay. If not now, then when? If not us, then who? In this land of broken promises, the voices of the masses can send echoes of hope from the slum communities to public offices and across the seashores. The need for change must not be ignored. We can be better than Miami, not even like it, but the question is, do we even believe it? The quest to create a better Liberia must stop our to-do list, but to do this, we must stop complaining and start planning. Whether you say Wheeler Market or in a supermarket, we can find what are broken in the system to fix them. We don't need to be ministers to preach the message of change. You don't need to win a seat in the house to clean your home. This nation doesn't need a new head of state, but a new state of minds. To define our worth by our past is like aborting our dream without ever getting to see it. The beat of our hearts is our future generations knocking on the door of our lives, telling us you can do better. And we must believe like my valley boy who is learning trade to add value to his life, like my Yana boy who has realized that going to the woods to get high doesn't take him from grass to grace. We are not tomorrow's people. Our time is now, and we are a mustard seed generation. We are built to mold gold out of sand, to rise above every circumstance. If we cause triumph out of trials, no more will hardship try us. So we must search for smiles amidst cries. To move from grass to grace, this is the price we have to pay. And with joy and gladness, we will one day shout, this too is Liberia. This too is Liberia. This too is our nation using its natural resources to reap supernatural harvests. This too is the love of our land spreading across party lines. This too is the day we bury that demonic slogan. If it can't be me, it can't be you. This too is the valor flowing with pride among the rivers of Africa. This too is the Lone Star shining bright and powerful and taking the path of evolution. This too is Liberia.
This too is Liberia. It is 33 minutes after 4. So this is a monologue. And it's a call going out to the people of Grand Cape Mount County. You are in the spotlight. You are in the spotlight. As we've done our human development and reaching out to those communities, we have to do it for the people of Grand Cape Mount, especially the community in which Beam Mountain is located. Beam Mountain, the story is carried in the New Republic newspaper. Beam Mountain has issued a check of 450,000 United States dollars, just a little below $500,000 US dollars for 3 communities hosting the Beam Mountain, Grand Cape Mount County. The entire county leadership was there to receive the money. The one you see, the picture you see was symbolic, the check. That means the money is deposited in the Grand Cape Mount County's account for the 3 clients. There's a reason why I want to make this topical. Every now and then there are agitations from one mining site to the other. 450,000 for given by a multi-billion-dollar company mining gold. Beam Mountain. Remember Beam Mountain was birthed by Orios Mines. Orios Mines, a South African company, was living and sold out to a Turkish company. They decided to stick to a localized name called Beam Mountain because that's the mountain name, Beam Mountain. Some people can say Bear Mountain. The location is Danieltown. Danieltown, take the right-hand side, move on, and it is developing into an urban area. Due to that, some GSM companies have even erected their tower there for smooth communication. The road is not paved, number 1. Except somebody please prove me wrong. The road to Beam Mountain is not paved. But that town, King George, was sitting over millions of tons of gold. And the prerequisite was to remove the town or relocate the town to a rather modern structure, giving way to the Class A mining activities. I'm telling you about this history because I accompanied President Salif several times to go there, demanding a structure that will befit the economic or the mining activities there. Fast forward, or midway, there were some agitations that the mining town or the resettlement community did not have school, did not have several human activities infrastructure. We move on to say, and I saw some of the houses were built from what we refer to as Firestone bricks. I was there when the construction was taking place. Fast forward, there was some agitation of bad labor practice, and there were agitations by the communities when it ended fatally. Some people got killed or shot at by police. The police is investigating, and then in a few months, the company has come up with $450,000 given to the communities. I'll name those who were there and received the money. I'm doing this for the people of Grand Cape Mount County. Let me name those who were there receiving them, that received the check. They didn't receive cash or check, so don't tell them to give you money now. It was check. The superintendent was there. The paramount chief was there. The clan chief was there. Each clan will receive 150,000. The double clan. What is the other clan name? There are 3 clients in our area, 150,000 each. This is the reason I'm spotlighting that community. Have you sat down and think by yourself, what do you need for that money to be spent on rather than going in the pockets of individuals? Have you, and I see the smiles on each and every one of your face. We are going to pay witness to B Mountain that on this day, a check of 150,000 was presented as part of the company's corporate social responsibility. Let me tell you what you do. Whenever, or what usually people do, like me, when I take pay, I usually buy something that I will look at, either in my house or in my house or anywhere myself with a wearings, so that I can know that my brother-in-law, Chris Conner, former deputy governor of Central Bank, he's in the States now, used to say, when you work for your money, let our money work for you. When you work, you understand the wisdom. When you work for your money, let our money work for you. I sit here, I work for money. If I'm paid, I take that money for that money to work for me. I hire people on my farm to work. They're working for me. You get your energy, I get my money. But the money when that comes on silver platter, you got to work for it. So the person who is working on the farm or on your farm, when you pay them, that money should be able to do something for them. So the wisdom here is the 3 clients. What do you intend to use that money for? I know sometimes kojak money, the coconut soup, tujak money, the real oil soup, kumba, paya kumba. Those kind of a nice Western Liberian soup. I know. But you know what? The stomach will not praise you, the country people can say. You eat all the best. Tomorrow, after 24 hours, you start referring to, or maybe less than 24 hours. I admonish you to use that money wisely. You are complaining about no school. You are complaining about no drinking water. You are complaining about so many things. This is the moment that you sit and rethink. It is tempting. The green note, it is very tempting. 450 for 3 clients, 150 each. By the time the first $20 or you change it, you don't have $150 anymore. Sit, call meeting. It is good that youth, women, leadership, everybody was there when the money was being given. Sit down and think. Can we build something that we will look at and say, when the corporate social responsibility money was given by this company that is extracting gold, that ships gold every other week through the airwave or the air. They don't bring gold to town by vehicle. No, it flies over every weekend. In where the gold is being smelted, if there's any word for that. There are no photograph, nothing, no. But I've managed to obtain photograph from within the room. You see gold. You see gold. This country, America is the largest reserve. America gets the largest reserve of gold. Countries, South Africa, Canada, most of them, they don't have gold. Most of the countries that have reserve, they don't have gold mine right now. And the economists in banking, not necessarily cash alone, but a nation's worth is equally measured by the number of gold deposits in the bank. If you don't know that, the people are mining their gold, Well, they gave you the social corporate responsibility now. But it may be small because of the volume of gold taken, but let's see what you're going to do with this one. And I see the smile in the faces of all of you. At the end of the day, noise will come. That money remain there. In fact, it should only be expanded, only be withdrawn after a county sitting. That form an agenda item under the county sitting for the 3 claims. I'm telling you, you're not listening. You're not listening. Let me tell you an experience. There is a logging company in Bapodi called Kovoyala. Kovoyala, for those of you, is a kind of a fish, a kind of a tilapia, the wide tilapia with the red neck or the red belly. But the company is a Chinese company. Company is responsible or gained the right to harvest log, Mille Eki, in the dense Bapolo forest. Don't say the say. I'm not saying they say. I saw the agreement. Under that agreement, 5 years, the company is supposed to replace all lock bridges within its operation area. Lock from Henry Town all the way to Konesu or Land Zero. Konesu Junction. Dividing the Pele, the Bele, and the Bandi Lane. Kovoyala is authorized to harvest log. You know why they carry those logs? They're shipping it to Japan. Those logs, Eki, are used for the construction of rails, train track, or train, railway. The one you see there at Boma, they are Eki, harvested here. And those places were built in the 1950s, preparing for iron ore exploration or from bomb mines or from Yekepa. Today, Kovoyala has failed to change even a single bridge to the best of my knowledge. I left from there 2 years ago. So if they've done that, just coming from Bapolo, they said no, they started changing the bridges. They are exporting the logs and they have a field or they have a log field on the Tottenham Highway, there where they come, deposit them, let them, and then ship it. Under 5 years, they're supposed to build a technical college teaching heavy-duty mechanics and forestry. Let somebody call me from that area and tell me whether this company has done that. They're supposed to improve feeder roads. They're the one going to Wolala. The one going to what are the towns around there? I'll just forget it. Bilita, Gimbai, and those places. Tawata, all those places. Hey, who cares? The company is there harvesting and has failed to live up to the agreement. No one checkmates. But this is what I want to tell you. The company, they got a committee set. The liaison committee between the company and the community in which the logs have been harvested. The company gave up to 71,000 bucks. Piecemeal at a point, but total 71,000. The committee that's supposed to be the liaison between the company and the community could not account for the 71,000 bucks. They ate the money. Some of them went to jail. They spent almost 3 months in jail. They can show one thing other than plastic chairs that some of those monies were spent for. And who told you corruption is only at the highest level of other government work, even all the way down in the town. You know, it comes from the philosophy that man was born perfect, but the society in which he lives corrupted men. So don't think corruption is only at public service. No. Those elderly people, some of them 70, 75, could not account for that money, and some of them went in jail. Meanwhile, their community remains not connected with concrete bridges from Bopolu all the way to Henrytown. Any concrete bridge you see on that route was built by Father Gary of Todmabreg, the Catholic priest there. Not by government money or not by community money, but when the money comes to the community, they eat it. And then they throw blame at the government, where the government may have some deficiencies to enforce the agreement. That's the problem people have with government. But what's about you? When the corporate social responsibility money comes to your hand, you eat it. You can't account for it, then you sit in your community and then question a government. Let anybody tell me, say I'm lying, Kovoyala. The company responsible to harvest logs from within Block A, beginning from Bopolu. I may not get the geographical location of those blocks. They got Block 1, Block 2. But they have a camp at Gengbai, and at Gengbai there's a huge log over a river. Huge logs. They might have harvested over 500 logs just to make bridges. And in 5 years, build concrete bridges. They've not built a cent. But Bapolu has not been without a senator. Liberia has not been without a president since, or Bapolu has not been without a representative. Bapolu has not been without a senator. Bapolu has never been without a president since the deal was consummated. That is Liberia. And these two young people who are reciting this patriotic recitation, I don't know the name. I just saw it in my inbox. I don't know their name. I'm trying to get their name. I want them on here. Let it come. Let me meet them face to face. This is so patriotic on their part. They call them the game changer. It is so unpatriotic. It is so patriotic on their part. These boys who recited this, they're not above 25 years. They're too young. They're like the size of my son, Chris Jim. They are throwing message to us. And those of you who receive the 450,000, you listen. The world is spinning in their words. The earth is spinning, but Liberia is spinning, but no progress. Liberia is literally not spinning with the rest of the world. But no progress. Sending a caveat to new people. I just gave you an example. For me, I don't give you a solution without giving a bad example that made people to be stagnated. Let anybody call me from Bopolu. I'm waiting on 077514427 to say, no, Chris, you are lying. This is what the company has done. In fact, a densely populated city like Henrytown, growing out of a mining activity, those heavy-duty trucks will pass in the middle of the town when they had the capacity, or they have the capacity to create a detour for their logging trucks to come down to Monrovia for export. The people of King Jaw the 3 clans in Cape Mount. It is up to you people. I'm going to close up with these 2 boys with this recitation again for the 3rd time since this production started. This is the moment. Do not be like the people in the Konigan. Okay, that's the local. Konigan. Konigan means on top of the rock. I'm told it's Pele. Konigan chiefdom. That chiefdom cannot account for 71,000 bucks for the community share of due paid by Kovo Yala Mining or not money logging company. Just listen to the voice. I have no copyright. I'm trying to get in touch with them. Anyone who has listened and knows them, please link them with me. I need them in studio for their patriotic, the heroic stand with this recitation. Let's take a listen.
As the globe spins, we are stuck here. No growth, no progress. For how long will we trust the process? When our mothers sell cornbread, banana bread, shortbread, but still can afford their children's daily bread. When we have fathers who don't come home anymore because they know that empty pockets don't make the pot to boil. Every day we chew on the bones of people who try to stand out. Why our leaders divide the national cake among themselves. But it's okay, because they feed us with the tidbit during election season, making those empty promises we swallow every 6 years. Our stable food, the Lone Star, is starving. See how we are moving like curly head chicken. We don't know our left from our right, but everyone says Liberia is getting there. See how we have more card holders than classroom teachers. See how school fees dog has become a stray dog, biting entire families, and no one is doing anything about it. See how even our dreams have become zombies. We are walking and they are dead, but no one cares. And still, we cry. Liberia will rise. Liberia will rise. But how can we improve the life we are living when our prayers are falling in some trash can up in heaven? We have silenced the sound of guns, but our self-hate is more deadly than bullets. We have trusted in the law of the land, but we have never found change in the ballots. We say one nation indivisible, but in the eyes of the masses, this land is invisible. For 200 years and wish for better days, but we must find a better way to add value to the lives we live. Only our minds can make the hustle pay. If not now, then when? If not us, then who? In this land of promises, the voices of the masses can send echoes of hope from the slum communities to public offices and across the seashores. The need for change must not be ignored. We can be better than Miami, not even like it, but the question is, do we even believe it? The quest to create a better Liberia must stop our to-do list, but to do this, we must stop complaining and start planning. Whether you sell Wheeler Market or in a supermarket, we can find what are broken in the system to fix them. We don't need to be ministers to preach the message of change. You don't need to wait to sit in the house to clean your home. This nation doesn't need a new head of state, but a new state of minds. To define our worth by our past is like aborting our dream without ever getting to see it. The beat of our hearts is our future generations knocking on the door of our lives, telling us, you can do better. And we must believe, like my value boy who is learning trade to add value to his life.
Like my Yana boy, who has realized that going to the hoods to get high
doesn't take him from grass to grace.
We are not tomorrow's people. Our time is now, and we are a mustard seed generation. We are built to more go out of sin, to rise above every circumstance. If we pass our trials, no more will hardship try us. So we must search for smiles amidst cries. To move from grass to grace, this is a price we have to pay. And with joy and gladness, we will one day shout, this too is Liberia. This too is Liberia. This too is our nation using its natural resources to reap supernatural harvests. This too is the love of our land spreading across party lines. This too is the day we bury that demonic slogan. If it can't be me, it can't be you. This too is Kavala flowing with pride among the rivers of Africa. This too is the lone star shining bright and powerful and taking the path of evolution. This too is Liberia.
Okay, so this breaking news coming in. Something is starting up at the Liberian Senate. I'm seeing a post by Senator Amara Kone. Martin Colley, I'm glad my recent post gave you more facts than you knew. You went on to say, I'm ahead of you on the reimbursement. I suggested it to colleagues and I have gone ahead quietly to do so. My assistant is on his way to the CBL to refund Liberian dollar 315,000 of the Liberian dollar 328,000 they give us for domestic daily sustenance allowance DDSA into UL revenue account. I have many 1,704. I have anyway. There's this news coming in that Senator Amara Kone might have instructed his office staff to refund the Liberian people of this amount. Let's see how it's trending, but this is trending and it's coming up. Let's see how it's going to spell. But this is the people's power. See you on tomorrow. This has been a production of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. And as usual, we all say, one day we always sing in our own Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we free at last. And we haven't been free yet in the first place.
And when this happens, freedom reign, when we let it rain from every village and every hamlet, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men, white men, Jews and Gentiles,